Hi, thanks for taking the time to meet with me. I had a few questions about the process of how to book a test here at the Glenn Crombie Centre. Can I book it at any time? Should I book it 2 weeks in advance? And when is the Glenn Crombie Centre available throughout the day for testing?
That's a good question. You can come into the center and book your test at any time during the day between 8:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. The one thing you want to keep in mind is that you want to give us at least 3 days notice to book a test. So if your test is on Friday, the latest you should come in to book that test would be Tuesday. Likewise, when you book a test, know that our center is open for testing until 9 o'clock p.m. So if you have extra time that you require on your test, you want to book your test early enough so that you can finish your test by 9 o'clock p.m.
So if I have extra time for my test, can I use that extra time before or after my scheduled test time?
That's a good question. You can use your extra time before or after your regularly scheduled test time. You just want to make sure that if you're starting your test before your classmates, that you remain in the center for at least 15 minutes into the regularly scheduled test time so that there's no communication between yourself and the students who have yet to take the test.
So what do I do if I have a few classes that are back to back and then I have a test with extra scheduled time that ends up conflicting with my next scheduled class? What would you suggest doing in that case?
That does happen. So in those situations, students should consider discussing with their instructor some available options. This might mean that you can move your test date or move your test time. Either situation, the arrangement that you make with your instructor, the Glenn Crombie Centre will be happy to accommodate.
I don't know if this is at all possible, but sometimes I like to be in the classroom with the rest of my class just before the test starts, so that if the students have any questions for the instructor, I can be there to benefit from hearing their responses as well. Is that possible at all to start with the rest of the class and then write the test down at the Glenn Crombie Centre?
So students can discuss with their accessibility advisor the option of starting a test in the classroom and then coming down to the Glenn Crombie Centre to complete the test and use their extra time here. Alternately, you can begin your test in the Glenn Crombie Centre and then finish your test in the classroom with your classmates if that's what you prefer. One thing to remember is that this accommodation will have to be added to your accommodations memo, so you'll have to have that discussion with your accessibility advisor.
And sort of related to that, if let's say I'm writing the test down here and then I have a question for my instructor in the middle of it, what should I do then?
That does happen. So in that situation, know that your instructor was asked to provide us with a phone number so that we can reach them during the time of the test. Also, we ask that they provide us with the room extension so that we can call them right in the classroom. Otherwise, we could have one of our student proctors escort you up to your classroom where you can ask the question to your teacher yourself.
So I'm sure you get this question quite a bit, but what happens if I need to use technology in order to write the test?
That's common here. We have many students who use Kurzweil, Read and Write, and other assistive aids to complete tests in our center. You'll just have to include on your test request form that you wish to use these aids, and then we will indicate to your instructor that they'll have to provide us with an electronic copy of your test so that way we can format it to your needs.
Oh, okay, great. That's good to hear. But what if I get down to the test center and realize that the program I need, like Kurzweil or Read and Write, it's not working properly, or perhaps I needed to have the test in an electronic format, but it's not there. What should I do then?
If we know, we can help you out. We have an assistive technologist on site who is ready to solve any kind of technology issue that you might have. And if for whatever reason you weren't provided with an electronic copy of your test, but you need one, we can make that happen for you without a problem.
That's good to know. And just one final question for you. I know that Kurzweil and Read and Write have a dictionary function. Am I able to access that during my test?
Typically, the answer is no. Students are not allowed access to a dictionary during a testing situation. Testing accommodations vary from learning accommodations. So although Kurzweil and Read and Write are equipped with dictionaries, they're not intended for test use. There are certain times when a dictionary is permitted either as an aid as outlined by your instructor, or if it's included in your accommodations memo, then you would have access to a dictionary during your test as well.
Thank you so much for taking the time to answer these questions. That was very helpful.
Happy we could be of help, and if anything else comes up, don't be shy to give us a call or stop by and visit us at the center with your questions. We're more than happy to help you.